Obviously, A&M had one of the better offensive lines in the nation, or at least in the SEC last year. How do you make it better?
Hopefully bring some like diversity, because I play both guard and center. So if Amaje needs a breath, I can come in. If Coley needs a breath, I can always come in and be able to make sure there's always a fresh O-line on the field.
Yeah, how do you guys just kind of view maybe some of the cross-training that's been going on and just maybe the competition that it's been breeding?
Oh man, it definitely brings healthy competition. Everybody wants to be on the field, especially at A&M. But I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just enjoying the moment. No matter where I play, I'm just having fun on the field and trying to give my all.
Ruben said that y'all kind of developed a friendship while y'all are having to rehab together last year. What does rehabbing together look like? Is there a moment or a memory that you remember where y'all came together because of the situation that y'all were in?
Yeah, we was actually in the training room down there. When they're done warming up, they used to come down. Me and him used to connect to the speaker and start dancing. Trying to hype the team up. So that was a big memory for me and him.
And what was the season like, just having to go through the process? What kind of kept you going?
I mean, seeing him go through it too. I actually had like a buddy. It was me, him, Le'Veon later on, and TJ Shanahan. And having them over there, seeing them get on the field, just wanted me to work harder, get rehab, and get better.
Yeah, you guys had already kind of started your rehab process when Le'Veon went down. Just how did that maybe help him when he got into that situation that you guys were able to maybe pick him up?
I mean, we just try to show him that we're going through the same process too. Everything gets better. You just got to put in the work and time. Just let time go, and you're gonna get better soon.
What does having Le'Veon and Ruben both back healthy, what does that mean for this offense? What kind of dynamic does that bring?
Trouble. That's for sure. Elusive Ruben, and then you got a powerhouse like Lev. So I mean, we just stay healthy. I don't see anyone stopping us.
You mentioned kind of the dance part of getting people hyped while y'all rehabbing. Where do y'all find the joy or whatever that is? Because I'm sure that is a frustrating place to be as well.
100%. I mean, you see your teammates pad up, get ready in the locker room. I mean, it definitely brings you down, but someone got to bring the energy. So me and Rube built a great connection through that rehab process. So I think that's what it is.
Are there any go-to songs on the playlist that y'all went to?
We used to listen by "Love Me" by Fia. He's a Polynesian artist, and I was trying to put Rube on, but he was just like, "What the hell is that?" So that was basically it.
I know you've talked to us before about kind of your Fiji roots. Just do you listen to a lot of Polynesian music?
Yeah. Well, Polynesian for Fijian music, it's a bunch of remix with a bunch of Polynesian like guitars and stuff like that. So, one of our great artists, Fiji, he passed away. So shout out Fiji.
Mark, what was the injury you had last year, and how valuable was the spring for you to be back and go on some practices at?
Oh yeah, I tore my MCL, so it wasn't really that bad a recovery from the ACL. So being back for spring was mandatory for me.
Did you feel like you could maybe come back later in the year, or was it?
My plan was for me to try and come in the USC game and the bowl game, but I just couldn't play it the best I could. The pain and all that.
What have you seen going against this defensive line? You guys missed a couple of big heavy hitters from last year, but this is kind of a new group of guys. What have you seen from them going against them in practice?
They're young, they all trying to get better. So every day I go against them, something new shows up every day. So I do enjoy the process. I'm trying to get them better, and they're trying to get me better.
What's it been like watching Trey at center a little bit, and what do you think he brings? Is that kind of weird seeing him at center?
A little bit, but I understand where he's at. He's trying to go to the league, and he's trying to get center reps, and I'll just let him do what he got to do to get there.
Armaja at Media Days told us that Joe Moore Award's something that's been talked about within y'all's group. Why do you think y'all are maybe capable of competing for an award like that?
Because we're such a veteran O-line group, and I think we got a lot of experience across the board. You got me, you got Trey, you got Chase, you got Coley, you got Deuce, and you got Crown. I mean, that's one of the most experienced veteran O-line we have. And I mean, I think if we just worry about one step at a time, one game at a time, I think we can cause trouble.
What is it about this group that a year ago maybe there were some question marks about you guys that you guys within a year's time have been able to become a strength of this team?
You said again?
What has allowed you guys in a year to really be, progress enough where y'all are a strength of this team?
Probably just time, you know. I think all of us we all got a high ceiling, and every day we just try to get better. And I think experience comes in play too. So I think time and experience has played a big value to us in this team.
Whether it's in the spring or even the fall, do you give yourself a minute to kind of look around and look at you and Ruben and Le'Veon and some of these guys who went through some big injuries and be kind of like, this is cool, we're back? Like,
100%, you know, especially seeing Rube, you know. I mean, when we in the huddle, we just joke around. When I know I'm pulling and he's running behind me, I just look at him and be like, let's take this to let's score on this play. So, you know, seeing them do their thing and seeing Le'Veon, you know, getting better, I just can't wait for the season.
and that with Ruben started over just on the rehab field and doing all that kind of bond.
Yes.
Did you how much did you work with Joe Girardi during your rehab process, and just what was he like?
I mean, he's probably one of the best. You know, he got me. You know, at first I didn't know where I was at, you know, with the injury. But once Joe came in and he showed me the steps, you know, I had full confidence that Joe would get me back to 100%.
Did you spend any time in Seattle or Fiji this offseason?
No, not really. My mom went to Fiji 2 weeks ago, so I was kind of jealous about that. But I had camp, so nothing I could do about that.
Think you might don the attire again this season for a game?
Depending on what game. Hopefully, yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys.